Okay, hey, so I'm starting this channel to help anyone who's interested in learning Chinese. I'm more aiming this at people who just want to have a conversation with their friends or, basic conversation skills. Um, yeah. So I guess I'll start off with some really basic conversations. Um, So I'm gonna do or read a dialogue, and there's certain words that you should know in this dialogue, so I'll just start off with those words. First of all, you have 你. Now, 你 just means you. Then there's 好. 好 means good. Now, when you mix these together, you can get 你好, which means hello, or you can have 你好吗, which means how are you. The ma is really just a question particle, so you don't need to say 你好吗. You just 你好 is perfectly fine for starting a conversation. If you want to be polite, you can say 您好, which is more, I guess, used for elders or superiors. But 你 was just works fine. Okay, so there's this word, which is 请. 请 means please. And by the way, I'll explain how these tones work later on. Then you have 问. 问 is just to ask a question generally. So if you go like 请问, that means like politely, I was wondering, or would it be possible to? It's just the polite way to ask a question. Okay, now there is 贵. 贵 means a couple things. It can mean expensive, as in 太贵了, which means, whoa, that's too expensive. But it can also mean honorable, as in, when mixed with this word, 贵姓, which means an honorable surname, so what is your last name? 姓 by itself basically just means, like, your surname, your last name. Okay. So, 我, which is basic, just I or myself, or me. And then 呢, which is, again, just a question particle. So, if someone were to say 你好吗, like, how are you, you say 我是好, 你呢, which means I am good, how about you? So when you say like 你呢, that means what about yourself, like how about you? Okay? So yeah, not too difficult. Here there is 小姐, which means miss or young lady. You can say 小姐 to get a waitress. So if you're in a restaurant, you can be like 喂小姐出来了, like, excuse me miss, could you come here? Now separately though, 小 means small, and 姐, if you have like 姐姐, like just this word itself twice, it means older sister. Here you have 叫, which means to be called or to call. So 你叫什么名字 means what is your name, right? So by what name are you called? And here are the, so 什么 just means what. 名字 just means name. And then here 先生 basically means Mr. or husband or something like that. By the way, this is all simplified. I did learn traditional a while ago, but it got, I don't know, simplified, if you're going to China, is way more commonly used. It's way faster to write and all that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna read a quick dialogue and then translate it. So I'm just gonna use these two people's names. I'll tell you what their names are, but don't worry about it. So 你好 says the man. The woman 你好 So just like hey, hey. So the man says, 请问你贵姓? So he said, excuse me, what's your last name? What's your honorable surname? The woman, 我姓李，你呢? So my last name is Li. How about you? 我姓王，李小姐，你叫什么名字? So my honorable surname is Wang. Mrs. Li, what name are you called? So what's your name? 你叫什么名字? Liu says, 我叫李友. So her name is Liu. 王先生，你叫什么名字? So my name is Liu. Mr. Wang, sorry. By what name are you called? Then he says, 我叫王鹏. So my name is Wang Peng. So yeah, it's not too difficult. It can maybe seem a little overwhelming at first, but it does come together pretty quickly. So I guess repeat after me to go over the vocabulary again. So for you is 你. For good, 好. To say hello, 你好. To ask how are you, 你好吗? To say please, 请. To ask a question, 问. So 请问 means like you're just, please may I ask this question? So excuse me, blah blah blah. Okay, 贵, honorable or expensive. 贵. So again, it depends how you use it. You can say 太贵了, which is that's too expensive. But you can say 贵姓, which is what's your last name, what's your honorable surname. So 姓 is just your last name. 姓. And then so I or me is 我. And then 呢 is just a question particle, so 你呢, like how about yourself? Okay, so Mrs. or just Miss or young lady. 小姐. So 小 by itself is small. 叫. This is to be called. So 你叫什么名字? What's your name? Or by what name are you called? Then there's 什么, which means what? 什么. Then name is 名字. 名字. And then for Mr. or husband, it's just 先生. 先生. And if you were to use the 先生 or 小姐, you put their 贵姓, like their honorable surname, in front, right? So you would say 李小姐 or 王先生, right? You wouldn't go 小姐李, because that's just Miss or Miss Lee. I mean, in English, the direct translation would make sense to us, but it's completely different in Chinese. You have to, the way you form sentences is differently, and where words go, that'll come up later. So I guess that's it for this video. Just really basics on starting a conversation, and then later on we'll start to get a little more in depth. So, yep, bye.